Folks, well, look, it's been a while, but we're back. We're going to break down the offseason thus far. Today, we're going to look specifically at the forward groups and the goaltending situation for the Leafs and break things down right here on the OZone.
You're in the offensive zone, your place for Leafs hockey.
Hey folks, welcome to the OZone. That's Coach. That's Katie. I'm the Diva. We're here to talk all things Leafs. Listen, remember, hit subscribe, ring the bell, then you never miss any content. Share and like the videos. Of course, that helps broaden the content, get bigger audience, and leave some comments on the video. We listen to it. We take your input seriously. It helps guide the content. Okay, so it was clear back in May, Shanahan offered his continued commitment to Dubas and Keefe, and that the Leafs were going to roll things back. Since then, we've seen a few moves, a few signings. But in general, nothing that would indicate the Leafs are really going in a different direction. The forward group has remained pretty similar, while the goalie group has totally changed. Katie, break down what's happened so far on the forward side and let us know what jumps out to you.
Well, I mean, ultimately, the Leafs forward are deep. You know, it's a good forward unit. They seemingly, over the last few years, have certain shortcomings in the playoffs, and that's playing hard hockey and getting to the net and scoring on the inside. You know, I've talked about it ad nauseum, and I will continue to do so because I think that's real. You know, we want to be more than one-dimensional. I like a bunch of the signings. I think the third and fourth lines have the potential to be just as good or better. That second line is going to be the big problem. You know, we have a winger who doesn't seem to care in his own end, an aging center, and no one to play with. So that I think there's a lot of question marks. None of them resolved in this offseason. So you know, they're going to run it back and see how it goes. I mean, I think it can be sorted internally. You know, I think the answer is 88. If Nylander plays more 200-foot hockey, it probably resolves itself, but I'm not sure if he wants to, and I'm not sure if Tavares has the foot speed to really be a dominant center. So we might have to see at the trade deadline if they can do something on that second line.
Yeah. It would be nice to get something for Tavares up there. He's a better player and deserves some more help. Listen, Coach, if there's one position that's been overhauled this offseason, obviously it's the goaltending. We talked about what might happen back in June. People, you can find that video somewhere up over here. We'll put a link there. But what's your take on what's happened so far?
So now we got to rely on Nylander being good defensively. Like, I'm already angry about the goaltending, Kev. Come on, buddy. And actually, it's that anger that's had us off for a while. We couldn't pod for a while after what happened. Yeah. With the way the roster's been made over or the lack thereof. I needed some time to get over my anger. So apologies to Carbuzzi Nick and the gang up there, the Roman Polak fan club in Markham, the Paducah, Kentucky, even Fook Obama. How you doing, bud? It's your favorite fanboys. Yeah. So I needed time. And it still bothers me, guys. I'm thinking about how that whole goaltending situation came to pass. I cannot figure out what was in Dubas' head. I just keep thinking, what was he thinking? As I've been telling you, we can and we will. Media never stops. I wish this phone would stop ringing. Honey, I'm just glad we were able to get out for a couple days before free agency starts for this quick vacation. We got a lot of decisions to make. Can you pass me a drink out of the cooler? No, not a juice box. We're on vacation. Yeah, that's better. A jammer. Oh. Okay, time to get through this Campbell contract Pridham sent over. Oh. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to do his 5-year term length. Well, I better get it onto a plan B. Boy, the media was all over me about the goalie situation. I signed Mrazek, and he's injury prone. I guess better do a safer option, someone that's not as injury prone and maybe a safer, more solid option. But then again, maybe I should buck conventional wisdom. What if I found someone that was even more injury prone? And maybe they've struggled, but not just struggled recently, struggled for a number of years. Maybe even lost their job a couple times. Maybe even been waived, sent, and not claimed, sent down. Oh, if we could ever find a guy like that who is also from the Sioux, hold on a second. Get me Pierre Dorian. We need to talk about Matt Murray. So look, folks, that's the kind of insider information you come here for. Elliot Friedman, Bob McKenzie, get out of here. That's firsthand right there. All of those points, it's a ridiculous idea to bring him in just based on his track record for years, for the last 3 years. What that video didn't mention is how horrendous it is from a salary cap perspective. Everything else we're going to talk about is predicated on making the team better, and you can't by paying that guy $4.7 million. I get that you have to take a gamble. All goaltending is a gamble. I'm not even sure you take Campbell at 5 times 5 years. That's a gamble too. But Murray at 4.7, what are we doing? I will say this. At least I like the gamble on Ilya Samsonov, not the least of which is because we lost both our Ilyas, and we get an Ilya coming back.
We got an Ilya back.
Ilya. But look, at 1.8, you can gamble on that guy. He's got a good pedigree too. He hasn't won cups, but he's a first-round pick. But everything else we talk about is going to be, well, we don't have money. You know why we don't have money? Because we're paying that guy $4.7 million. It drives me crazy, guys.
Yeah, when we were chatting about this and we started to hear through our channels Murray might be the guy, we were all kind of settling on, well, what's the magic number? What's the retention number and I think we came in somewhere, I think I was probably the most generous, and I said this deal makes sense at 4. Kev was somewhere, I think, at 3.5, and I think, Coach, you were much lower than that. But exactly that. I think it's an overpayment. It's a big chance. Listen, if it works out, Dubas is going to win every award you can possibly imagine for front office guys if this pays off. It's hard to believe that it's going to. It's been a long time since Murray played dominant hockey. All right, folks. Katie, do you have anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I kind of like the two guys and taking a chance on the two of them. I don't mind the players. I just hate the number. I think I was around 3.2 million on him, plus 1.8. You have 2 reclamation projects, both of them who were playing and played at a higher level not so long ago. Neither of them are that old. So I liked it, but at the cost they're doing, it's steep. And let's not forget. I think you mentioned if it really works, but what happens if it works and Samsonov is the player and Murray isn't? You're locked in with Murray, and then you got to scramble to sign Samsonov next year, which you won't be able to. So
we're in win now mode. We need one of these guys. We just have to win a round. We have to win a frickin' round. I don't care. Bring James Reimer back. We need to win a round. So that's a problem because now he leaves. That's next year's problem.
Yeah, Dubas isn't worrying about next year's problem.
Yeah.
No, here's the thing too, Kev. Look, I know I'm getting out of order here, but you could argue, okay, well, look, Mrazek was gone. The goalie market was maybe tight. We don't want to sign Campbell. 5 times 5 is too much. Kemper would be more. So we have to do something, and we got to do it now. We have to do Murray. No. I can give you 8 other guys that were available, all of which are 3.5 and less. 8 guys. Georgiev, Talbot for trade. Vanacek was traded. Reimer's available. They got 3 goalies. There's 4 trades. And then you got Lindgren, Halak, Lankinen. He played against us again with Chicago last year. He was all right. And Comrie. All of those guys are 3.5 or less. If you're going to take a bet, at least save another $1 million and put it into the forwards. As you said, Kev, we need help there.
Yeah, or just or just paid on the cap that we're already over. Listen, we're not going to get to the D today, folks. We've got more pods coming this week, so stay tuned because we got some good content coming. We're going to hit on the D. We're on a hot button item right here. We got Coach fired up, so I'm going to stick on it for a bit. We're going to leave defense aside for now. So, KD, it seems to me that the biggest thing in October right now is going to be whether or not Murray or Samsonov can return to some sort of form. If they do, as I say, I doubt the Leafs will actually have a better record by December because they were awesome at the start last season. So we might not notice if you look at comparable. But if they don't, if these guys aren't difference makers, and often goaltenders must be, is this the biggest storyline in October, and is this the thing that's going to sink Dubas?
The pressure will mount at a very, very quickly. This could be his Waterloo. Absolutely, it could. I mean, it will be cover. It is the perfect cover for him to be let go. I mean, like he passed up and different opportunities and could have signed our guy, and he didn't. He's taking a chance on someone he used to play for him almost a decade ago. This is his Waterloo. If it does work early, the pressure will be too great for him not to be let go.
All right, Coach.
I hope it's the biggest story because anything bigger than that would be an injury. We don't want injuries, right? Going into the season. So I hope it's goaltending. And I wish I shared your confidence that it would be his Waterloo. Waterloo's not just where Laurier is, right? You're talking about him getting fired?
Napoleon.
Yeah.
Napoleon. Right.
Yeah. Little guy, like a monkey, yeah. So, but man, shouldn't the Montreal series have been his Waterloo? Shouldn't last year have been his Waterloo? I mean, how many lives does this guy have? I don't understand how you run it back. We better do another pod and talk about this more because I'm still fired up, guys.
Well, there you have it, folks. We missed you. I'm sure you missed us. Well, maybe not. We'll see what Coach keeps saying. Listen, we have more content coming for you. Lots more. So stay tuned right here on the OZone.